What do you guys think? Look how
So if you take an LCD screen like this and get a razor blade and cut into it, you can cut off the top polarizer. And so once you're done and you pulled all of this off, then when you turn it on, it should just be a blank white screen. And so we just get a bunch of white light coming off. But you can see if you take the top polarizer and then stick it back on, now the only light that's getting through are the pixels that twisted their light. So what this means is now if you just put a polarizer in front of the screen, you can now see a picture when other people can't. And if you don't want to hold a filter up in front of the screen, then you can just actually just cut out a little bit of the filter and put it on some glasses. So now here's what it would look like to wear the glasses. See that? Oh yeah, sorry. So now you can watch cat videos all day at work.
Unfortunately, my favorite book is on fire, and I should probably do something about it.
You might think this is a giant cockroach, but it's not even an
But the women and the children too, they're like animals, and I slaughtered them like animals. I hate them.
Can I get the Santa Fe chicken but with mashed potatoes instead of the rice? Let me go ask. Okay. Well, my son came to me, he's like, I want to study abroad. And I'm like,
this is actually sick. In the early 1990s, a mysterious vending machine suddenly appeared on the side of the road in Seattle. Although at first glance, it just looked like your typical vending machine, locals very quickly began to realize that there was something extremely strange about it. First of all, the machine itself was extremely old, with worn paint and tons of graffiti. In fact, it looked like it had been dropped there straight from the 70s. But the strangest thing was that the machine didn't have any normal buttons for dispensing drinks. Every button just said the same thing, mystery. And when locals started pressing these mystery buttons, they were shocked to realize that some of the drinks that the machine was dispensing hadn't existed for 10 to 20 years. These drinks included cans of Texas Red, New Coke, Japanese Coke, Russian Pepsi, Pepsi AM, and even bacon-infused Coke, many of which were practically impossible to acquire due to them having been discontinued for decades. And what was even crazier was that although more and more locals began trying this machine out, not only did it never seem to run out of drinks, no one had apparently ever seen anyone restocking it, and no one knew who ran it. In 2018, the machine mysteriously disappeared, leaving a note in its place, "Went for a walk." It hasn't been seen since. This is actually...
Can I talk about something scary real quick?
please.
The Senate was issued satellite phones, or said in preparation of a disruptive event, man-made or natural disaster.
No!
Why?
But get this.
What?
Did you hear about that train that went missing?
In America?
Yeah. Contained 60,000 pounds of explosives.
Ah, no!
The same week, this is weird, the FDA released a commercial that was basically warning people of fake news.
Oh, no.
And the whole fake news was like someone tweeting, "Heads up everyone, we're about to have a blackout of the internet.
So specific.
Be prepared." And it showed it like going viral and like people were getting scared, like, "Don't be persuaded by fake news." And it says, "Use our website."
We gotta go through them. Stay together, keep moving, and don't get bit. Go! Are you getting this? Yeah, what is up? All right, let's go. Let's go. This is crazy. What? Ain't that some? These are some racist motherfucking zombies. Why would you even lock the door? I mean, the window's broken and. Oh, hell no. No. Oh, come on. What is that? They seriously wouldn't let her eat us.
Welcome to a skate park that can only be described as the Valley of a Thousand Nips. This thing is so goddamn bumpy. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it, and the red concrete just makes it pop. So we're going to do a little drop in and just pump the humps. Right here you can see you can gain so much speed in such a short period of time. It's got like 2 demi bowls of coping around the outside. You can fly over, fly which way. It's got a lot of flow, to be honest, and the copings are quite well pronounced. There's also some cool graffiti about. Let me know what you think. Welcome to a skate.
We're on here. Refreshing.
Somebody once told me the world is gone.
So get this, Chupacabra has been attributed to the possibility that there are thylacine in North America. And here's what supports that. There is documented proof that there were 2 breeding pair of thylacine bound for the Bronx Zoo. And the boat crashed into the shore and most of the animals escaped, including the 2 breeding pair of thylacine. Fast forward 10, 15 years, you start having these chupacabra sightings pop up in the Northeast. And these animals were adapted to living in Tasmania, which is a pretty similar climate to the North American Northeast. There's people that have kind of drawn these parallels and said, oh, the chupacabra that we've reported running around the United States is actually a tiny remnant population of these thylacine that were brought here for the Bronx Zoo that escaped.
What? You buying into this?
No. Not
Sounds
personally,
good though, right?
but it's an amazing story.
You had me. If you said yes, I'm ready to go on an expedition.
So get this.
What you're about to see is one of the strangest claw machine wins ever. Have you ever seen chips get stuck in a vending machine? That's basically what happened here. I tried the shake and bump trick, but it wouldn't budge. Then I had this great idea. Why don't we just lower the claw? But then the machine just grabbed it again. I tried to reach it, but it was just too far. There was no way we were gonna leave it there. That's a win. We ended up finding a store employee who was really nice and got us the pack. Now let's see if it's lucky. Maybe we'll pull this really cool Gyarados. Comment some wave and flex emojis if you've got it. Come on, this pack has to be lucky. It's, what the muck? Nani? Whatever you do, don't make eye contact. Oh no, you did?
Someone called me and said, my piano is way out of tune and one of my keys are broken. But when I got there, I found out just how bad the situation was. This piano hadn't been tuned since it was—
Them socks killing.
Oh, what's something that people don't know about that Hasbullah guy? Like, do people, what is like...
I don't think enough people comprehend that he's Muslim. He's like super religious.
Oh, really? Now, what does that mean? Does he, like, when the sun comes out, he has to be in a certain position? Like, what is he doing?
He's not talking to women. He's not photographing with women. He's not in bars. Like, he's in the United States for the first time right now. He has his visa. So he's in Vegas. And I'm sure, like, I talked to his people a little bit. I'm sure that he could probably pick up, like, insane bags. Just go to, like, the Wynn nightclub or whatever and just kind of get held up a little bit, maybe punch Steve Aoki in the face or something and get, like, $1 million.
Oh,
but he can't do it.
He can't do it. Why?
Because he's Muslim. So, like, he can't be around alcohol. He can't be...
Oh.
And he's serious about it. He's, like, a serious dude. He's 19. So he's, like, fully developed brain, very serious about life, serious about being Muslim. He's funny. He's, like, got a good sense of humor. He, like, likes to have fun, but he's a devout religious person. I don't think people realize that.
Oh, what's something that...
The Amazon is not entirely a natural product. The Amazon is a human-made garden. The trees in the Amazon that produce food are hyperdominant. That didn't happen by accident. That happened because human beings made that happen. They created this incredible, we still don't understand it fully today, the terra preta, the black earth, which is immensely fertile, which reproduces its own fertility through bacteria in the soil. This is evidence of science. There were cities in the Amazon, populations of 100,000 or more, gigantic geometrical structures, huge squares, circles, a circle surrounded by a square, enormous constructions that you would not expect to find hunter-gatherer civilizations having made, and yet there they are. They're even finding pyramids in the middle of the Amazon. The Amazon is not entirely a natural product. The Amazon is a human-made garden. The trees in the Amazon...
Hell, yo, this movie's got an inconsistent visual language. Half the time, this just shooting all handheld like you...
So where is it? The laptop. I want to know where Hunter Biden's laptop is. Where is it?
Sir, I don't know that answer.
That is astonishing to me. Has FBI Cyber assessed whether or not Hunter Biden's laptop could be a point of vulnerability, allowing America's enemies to hurt our country? I'm holding the receipt from Max Computer Repair, where in December 2019, they turned over this laptop to the FBI. And what now you're telling me right here is that as the assistant director of FBI Cyber, you don't know where this is after it was turned over to you 3 years ago.
Yes, sir, that's an accurate statement.
I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record of this committee the contents of Hunter Biden's laptop, which I'm in possession of.
Give Matt Gaetz the Presidential Medal of Freedom right now for that line of questioning. What scum we have running the...
Is that why you stayed in that relationship so long?
Dude!
Bro.
8% of people have a mutation in a gene such that when they drink alcohol, it increases their dopamine levels very quickly, and they get euphoric. They feel great. And these people are the people that can just keep drinking and drinking. They feel great when they drink, whereas most people, they feel disinhibited at the beginning. You know, you have a couple drinks, the forebrain shuts down a little bit. They start talking more, but if they keep drinking, they're blacking out. This 8% of people, by way of this genetic mutation, alcohol affects them very differently. It offsets all that sedative property, and they can just...
Because the last time I checked, you're locked in here with me, and I'm the one with the gun.
No, Mr. Sanders. You are locked in here with me. You just brought me mine. Do you love your children enough to die for them?
Because the last time I checked...
Excuse me, I tried my boyfriend's food and it was terrible.
Oh.
Did you try it? Yeah, I like it.
So what did we learn?
We learned you have an attitude. You know what? You're right. Let me start over.
So what did we learn?
I want to speak to a manager. What are you going to tell him? My boyfriend likes his food? That's good. No, I'm going to tell him my server is being rude. Honey, he already knows. He works with me every day. You're deranged. I think you'd enjoy life a lot more if you just focused on yourself. There's a lot going on just like right here. Focus on yourself? Is that what you call being single and sad?
I watched the Thor movie and I'm saying, how much does that hammer weigh? And I heard a sentence in the movie that enabled me to calculate how much his hammer weighed. They say, hammer forged in the heart of a dying star? Oh my gosh, I'm an astrophysicist. We deal in dying stars. I got this. Hide some dense stuff going on in a dying star. Damn. I filled out the density and I said, if Thor's hammer is made of, in the way the movie says, it has the weight of a herd of 300 million elephants. And then I got out nerded. In 1991, Marvel issued a Thor's Hammer trading card where they said Thor's hammer is made of a fictional material, Uru, and it weighs precisely 42.3 pounds. I watched the Thor movie and I'm saying, how much does that hammer weigh? And
asking skaters to land their trick for a brand new skateboard.
Yo, what size board do you ride? It has like a really bad chip this thing.
I have an 8.5 in the car, brand new. I'll give it to you. Then I keep it in 3 tries.
Okay. 3 tries?
3 tries. It's yours, bro. All right, cool. Let's get it.
Hi.
You got it. I'll give you one more, bro.
Thank you, bro.
You got it, bro, for sure. No! First try? How about this? Whoever lands it first, then. Get it. Bro!
This one?
Get it.
Name the actor in Avatar. The main actor.
Ashok.
No, name the real actor. The man, the white male lead in Avatar.
That was James.
James who?
Wilbert.
Never mind, you're right. I apologize.
If that was another instance where like the access.
We need the names!
Actually, keep talking.
Isn't it Sam Worthington or something like that?
There's like a
No way.
B-list for all
Are
the
you kidding
searches.
me?
Shut up. Shut up. You're such a liar.
No, it's James.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yes, James.
It's not. I know it's not.
Wilford.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not. It's Sam Worthington.
Exactly.
I got the W right.
Okay, that's true.
One night in 2018, an 18-year-old named Dalton Schaefer was working at a local pizza parlor named Steve's Pizza when he suddenly received an unexpected call. The man on the phone said that his son-in-law, Rich, was a massive fan and would always pick up Steve's even when money was tight. Unfortunately, however, their family had just moved away. And although Rich had planned a birthday trip back to the area literally just to get the pizza, the man explained that Rich could no longer go since his cancer had spread too far and he was soon going to die. The guy was wondering whether the shop could send over a card to make Rich happier in the time that he had left. But to his shock, Dalton said no. Instead, he started asking what kind of pizza Rich liked and said that he would simply bring it. And then, after closing up shop for the night, he began the long 225-mile drive to Rich's home. 3.5 hours later, at 2:30 a.m. in the morning, Dalton made his pizza delivery. Despite the fact that he wasn't getting paid, he still made the trip. And even crazier, Steve's Pizza doesn't even do deliveries. Rich's wife and dad were beyond touched and couldn't believe it. Although they offered to pay for Dalton's hotel, the teen just left and drove another 3.5 hours back home to make work the next day. One night in 2018, an 18-year-old. One night in 2018.
Joe Biden was in Switzerland.
This dude could have died. Check out this dude.
Kanye 2020.
When looking on Google Earth, you'll see this massive bridge in the middle of nowhere, and there's train tracks leading all the way to it. So I got in my Jeep and loaded my mountain bike up for an adventure. The train tracks have a trail that runs alongside most of the way, and within the first mile, you'll find these abandoned train cars that were just left out here. This entire set of track is not in use, and it's called the Impossible Railroad because of the harsh landscape and towering cliffs that it was built along. It originally opened in 1919 and crosses a section of desert that's just north of the US-Mexico border. In the past 100 years, this rail line has been shut down and rebuilt from collapsed tunnels and deadly weather. However, in 2021, repairs were abandoned indefinitely. After an 8-mile trek through the heat, we finally found the largest freestanding wooden train trestle in the world, and it's wild to see how big of a structure this really is. When looking on Google Earth, you'll see this massive...
I 3D printed this key and it opens my house. I created this key using a single picture of my actual house key.
Yeah, If this works, I'll chop my penis off, and I mean it.
Weird and bizarre history facts you won't learn anywhere else. In ancient Egypt, people used to shave off their eyebrows when their cats died as a sign of mourning. Early colonizers of the United States used corn cobs as toilet paper. Talk about a corny solution for toilet paper. In 1912, a man named Franz Reichelt jumped off the Eiffel Tower while wearing a homemade parachute. He died on impact. During the Middle Ages, it was common for people to believe that they could be possessed by demons if they fell asleep in church. As late as the 17th century, nannies in Europe gave young boys handies as an efficient way to put them to sleep. Mary Poppins could have been a totally different movie. In ancient Greece, if a man proposed to a woman and she rejected him, he was allowed to sue her for damages. The 1904 Olympic Marathon in St. Louis, Missouri was won by an American runner who hitched a ride in a car for 11 miles of the race. You could say he was really driven to win.
A few days ago, we lost our fishing magnet right here under this bridge. We've gone to some pretty extreme measures in efforts to try to get it back. Today we're back with an even stronger magnet, nearly 3,000 pounds, and we're going to try to get it back. You know what? I like this one better because it comes with a case. We're going to clip her off to the guardrail. This magnet pretty much had the same system as the one we lost, so we got an extra rope tied on there just in case. Oh, well, we got something. All right, we got a ratchet strap. Guess it's better than nothing. Right there, maybe? So we moved down under the bridges so I can get a little further over there. And it gets hung on those rocks. Oh, look at that. What is that? That's what you roast weenies on, marshmallows? We can definitely still use that, so pretty cool find. Oh, we got a knife. Is that a knife? I ain't got a clue what that is. Does anybody know what this may be? Comment down below. Made in USA, Stanley brand, number 18, but I ain't got a clue what it is. Apparently this turns. I don't know what it is. Comment down below. A few days ago, we lost our fishing magnet right here under this bridge. We've gone to some pretty extreme measures in efforts to try to get it back. Today, we're back with an even stronger magnet, nearly 3,000 pounds, and we're going to try to get it.
I'd say that the Anbernic RG35XX is probably one of the best handhelds for retro gaming that you can buy. I like the style of the transparent casing, but obviously there's other color options that are available. The buttons, they feel pretty solid, though I would say that the D-pad tends to favor the left and right inputs over the up and down inputs. It just feels like it's much more sensitive.
How much doing that show was fun?
Well, I was high every episode. So there's always fun things every day. And I worked with people that I really loved.
Yeah.
They were really nice people.
So you're having a good time.
I had a great time because the people that I work with, like all the guys behind the scenes, super, super nice guys. And I'm still friends with to this day. It wasn't what I wanted to do. It was just money. I cried once when this mom and daughter team won. Like there was a son and father team versus the mother-daughter team. And the son and father team were kind of douchey. And the mother and daughter team were kind of sweet, and then you looked at them and this was a physical stunt, and the father was like kind of in shape and the kid looked like he was kind of in shape, and you're like, god damn it, these girls, the mom and the daughter are gonna lose.
Right.
And they really needed the money, and then the mom and daughter won.
Wow.
And when they won, like the whole crew was crying. Camera people were crying. They're like, oh.
So it actually got real.
Oh, yeah, because they were crying, you know, because like, oh my god, we won all this fucking money.
Apple Vision Pro, but better.
You ever seen somebody use a VR headset? That's what they look like.
Man, what do you think, champs? I mean, just take a look. Look at that thing. Look at that bad boy. Come on, champ.
Apple Vision Pro, but better.
You ever seen somebody use
Stick, feathers, glue, arrow point, sinew. Let's go shoot it. Two feather fletch.
What are you doing here? That you like? You just didn't want to move, or you got shit going on? Gotcha, gotcha. What's what kind of company?
It's a brokerage. It's a industrial metals brokerage.
Yeah. Oh, industrial metals brokerage? Yeah. So you just sell a motherfucker like 100 tons of tin? Is that what you're saying? You just know where a bunch of metal is, and you know a guy that might need some? That's your job? Who are your customers?
Like a lot of government.
Oh, okay. I see. You're making drones. You're helping motherfuckers make drones. It's so funny how many people like like are sort of responsible for war crimes, you know? Like
Hello. Hi. How are you, man? I saw you here and I wanted to offer you.
They often ask, how come you get your finger completely out of the trigger guard, you know, when you shoot, a 1911, you know? Well, I grew up shooting a Colt Python, and as you know, these things have a very sluggish trigger return. And so if you don't get your finger off the trigger completely, it doesn't reset to fire the next shot. And so that's the reason right there is hundreds of thousands of rounds of shooting this gun.
So I just had a customer come up to the counter, real nice guy. He brings up a hard Mountain Dew. Man, I'm so glad you guys sell these because I've never had one before. And I'm like, whoo, they're good, but they're dangerous because you don't know you're drinking alcohol. And he's like, well, actually, it's a crazy story. I was on Facebook and I saw a post about him from a guy who I never ever would have thought drinks Mountain Dew. So, not that crazy, but now I'm thinking, I don't know if I've ever looked at somebody and thought, he don't drink Mountain Dew, let alone ever looked at somebody and thought, I wonder if they drink Mountain Dew. And now all I'm thinking about is, what does a non-Mountain Dew drinker look like? Like, I need to see this guy's Facebook. Seriously, if you don't...
Crazy history facts you won't learn anywhere else. Part 7. Christopher Columbus was not actually the first European to reach the Americas. The Vikings had established a settlement in Newfoundland, Canada, around 500 years before Columbus arrived. Ancient Greek and Roman statues were actually brilliantly colored and not just bare marble or stone. In the Ottoman Empire, the Sultan's wife could only eat her cucumbers chopped so that she wouldn't please herself. The dildo was invented about 15,000 years before the wheel. Hawaiian kings commonly had harems of both male and female lovers. The first European to make a Hawaiian to English dictionary didn't want to scandalize his Victorian readers, so translated the term for male lovers to intimate friend. This caused some degree of confusion when missionaries arrived asking to become the intimate friends of the Hawaiian nobility. Crazy history facts you won't...
I know what it's like to have your team betray you. But with you and I together, he wouldn't stand a chance. Nobody would. Unless we kill each other first. Because he says so. It's nothing. He's human.
The Mongols would light people on fire and then use their bodies to light buildings on fire with catapults.
I thought you were going to say for warmth. Did they ever light people on just to
Sure
warm up?
They did.
It's
They
cold.
probably did whatever they wanted to.
Like, man, I'm freezing. Burn Nick.
If you could imagine horrific ways that people died, one of the things they did was the way they would kill royals is they wouldn't kill them like they would kill like regular people. So they would put them, sometimes they would stack them and then put boards over the top of them and then eat dinner on top of them and crush them to death.
Shut up.
Yeah.
They used you as a table?
They
You were a
used
little
as a
side table?
You were the thing under the table.
That's
So
awful.
They built like a whole structure over you. Everybody would like lay the tables out and all the food out, and then all the people would walk onto it, and then they'd just crush you.
The visual is funny. I know it's
I'm gonna make today a birch bark basket